For more on this, we are being joined by retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis from Sterling, Virginia. He is a military expert and host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us on WION. Lieutenant Colonel, what role can the U.S. play in hostage negotiations with Hamas while also addressing Israel's security concerns?
You know, it really appears that virtually none. We're doing it. We're still trying. We're sending diplomats to Qatar to try to take place in those negotiations. Have for well over 5 months now. And of course, we still, as you reported just a second ago, continue to provide large-scale military equipment, ammunition, bombs, those kinds of things, items that are needed to continue the operation. So as long as we continue doing that and there doesn't appear to be any strings, i.e., Israel is free to operate how they want to in the Strip, then I think that our influence is going to continue to be close to nil. I mean, we just got to be honest about it.
Yeah, and from your experience, how does the U.S. military ensure that weapons supplied to a country, for example, Israel in this case, are used within the rules of war? What kind of measures would be in place to prevent civilian damage and destruction of residential blocks?
Well, in theory, or at least in practice, the way it's supposed to work is that we have people on the ground there, that when we provide these weapons, we also are monitoring where they're used, what they're targeting, what the battle damage assessment is, what the intelligence associated with that was, and then an observation on the ground of what eventually happened. That's the way the system is supposed to work. That's the way it's required, so that the United States remains in concurrence with international law, with the laws of land warfare, which we teach our own forces and hold them accountable for it. Unfortunately, in practice, it just doesn't appear to be having any effect at all, because Israel clearly, and this issue with the Al-Shifa hospitals is the most recent evidence, is not being careful with it. But then you have the ironic part that the U.S. State Department assured everybody last week and certified that Israel is not violating that. And I guess you're just asked that what your eyes see, you don't actually see, because I can't understand how the reality on the ground and the statements out of the State Department match.
Biden State Department. Okay, retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis, thank you so much for joining us on WION, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.